I'm actually going to sort of do the newbie trick and get rid of some defense because I have some other cards that I need to save for my next turn in order for us to make some ground on our victory path. So once again, I will be holding the team, but that's okay. And now we cycle powers. You could probably feel the vitriol that is spewing in my direction from Ben right at this moment. You're probably getting some static on the camera from that. So,
ooh, regeneration.
Unfortunately, that does mean weaponry is going to be shuffled off this mortal coil. But we are bringing out high tech.
High tech, nice. So,
right.
regeneration is one of the new powers. Level 1 says, during your refresh phase, draw 2 cards to a maximum of 5 cards. So, it's basically saying if you start your turn low on cards, then you're going to get 2 cards at the beginning of your turn, up to 5. So that's pretty cool. It's not quite the same as speed, which just lets you draw an extra card even on top of your 5. But in a way, it aligns with our design philosophy of it's more narrow, but more powerful within that confine. Yeah. So I like that. And then level 2 of it is spend 1 power surge to discard your hand and draw 5 cards. Oh, that's gonna need some rewording because I can see how that could be abused.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna play all my cards except for this one last power surge, and then I'm gonna play this power surge, and I'm gonna that's crazy.
Yeah, we definitely have to sort of fill in those gaps as we find them because. As any good gamer will, you want to take advantage of what's written on those cards.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's why we play test things. My turn is going to be really short because I'm checking for heroes and guards during my refresh. Okay, cool. Refreshing my powers. They were all refreshed anyways. Discarding my banked defense, of which I have none. Attacking targets with nothing. Banking, nothing. Buying powers, with nothing. And then I'm going to draw back up to 5 cards. So that's a very quick turn. Not very exciting, for sure. But hey, sometimes that's the way it works. That's the risk of being a supervillain. The rewards are great, but the risks are great. Now, my big concern is that same thing is going to happen again, and I'm going to end up with not enough cards to do anything on my next turn. But hopefully that doesn't happen. So, there's 5 cards for my hand. Then I'm going to play an event card. Please be kind. Heroic Recovery. So, Heroic Recovery heals one of the heroes, but the only hero that's out's not wounded. And then it says if there were no heroes in play, then we would play the top card of the hero discard pile. So we got off easy with that particular event. It could have been a lot worse. There are no recur abilities. There are no blue clocks on the table. So now we're going to cycle the powers. So we're going to play from Power Deck A. We're going to push Strength off, which is unfortunate. And we're going to replace it with Phasing. Now, I believe that's the last Phasing card. I think the other 2 have already been discarded. For Power Deck B, Sonic Control is going to get kicked off the end of the track. And then we're going to bring into play Weaponry. All right, so that's not a bad run of powers. The only problem is I need to be able to buy some. I think I'm going to go for Regeneration. 1, it's an expansion power that we want to play test. And 2, the level 1 ability on it seems pretty cool, so I want to try that out. But that is it for my turn. So it's going to pass over to Sarah, who had to step away for just a moment. So we're going to take a quick break, maybe a 1 to 2 minute intermission, and then we'll come right back and get right back into it. But while we're taking a break from the game, I'll go ahead and chat with you. We definitely appreciate anybody who is watching, tuning in, so thank you very much for that. We would love it if you would let us know what we'd like to do different. Let us know what you would like us to do different. Sorry. If you have suggestions for the channel or for future episodes. I know that we did some video game live streams. My disastrous XCOM 2 campaign, for example. And Sarah likes to stream her Death Trap game. We'll probably continue doing that, adding some other games to the mix. But we probably won't focus on video games. They'll probably kind of be, distractions from the usual. We're thinking about going into a very board game heavy kind of stream where we would be doing not just playtests of Villains and Henchmen and Monster Crush and other Ravensdale publishing games, but also doing some live stream plays of some of our other favorite board games. One of the ones we were thinking about is a Gears of War campaign. It's, those of you who are familiar with the video game, it's a board game based on the Gears of War franchise. And it's surprisingly good as a co-op dungeon crawler with, AI components and everything like that for the enemies. So we were thinking maybe of doing that and playing through all the missions that came with it from start to finish. And then maybe doing some legendary encounters. We really like the Alien version, so we might try that out. We do lots of co-op games here, so let us know if any of that sounds interesting, if you have any specific games you'd like us to play as part of a series. And just in general, we appreciate any feedback that you might have. We also do have the podcast that we're working on. We are going to continue producing episodes of that. Sadly, that one takes a little bit more time because you have to do a lot of editing for the audio quality and things like that. But we're very dedicated to it. We're thinking of doing a schedule that's basically one podcast and one live stream per month so that we don't have to spend a whole lot of time editing. We may change that up. We may do one podcast and 3 live streams a month or one podcast and 2 live streams. We're not entirely sure, but it'll probably be one podcast a month and then some other live streams for actual gameplay footage. But let us know what you think, and we'll go from there.
Sorry about that delay. There was an interdimensional portal opening in the bedroom. I had to go close that because Blorgons were coming through. So,
was the cat getting into something?
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. We love our cat to bits, but he can be kind of a punk sometimes.
All right.
So it is your turn.
Excellent.
I did nothing but draw cards.
You did nothing but draw a card. What kind of event did we have?
It was heroic recovery, which didn't do anything in this particular case.
Actually, I like that. Sometimes we get a break.
Yeah, that helped us out.
Okay. Excellent.
Blorgons? Is that a community reference?
It is, actually.
Nice. Dr. Spacetime or Professor Spacetime or whatever the show is.
Yep. Professor Spacetime. So, let's see here. We've got heroes, check, guards, check, refresh, powers, check, no banked defense to discard. I'm going to attack card targets. Okay.
I just looked at my hand for the first time and it's terrible. That's so annoying.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the reinforced doors right now.
I was mostly looking at it for my archetype ability because that might have let me do some more stuff on my turn.
Right.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. I have one attack card. I'm not going to worry about spending my energy blast. I don't have enough oomph to actually get rid of the super soldier.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to get rid of the medic.
Stupid medics.
Yeah, always helping people.
FYI, I was a medic in the military, so I'm allowed to call medics stupid.
Yeah. He was a corpsman. There we go. And thank you for your service. So, total segue. Anyway, I'm putting that guy over into my victory points pile.
Excellent.
And I have a whole defense that I'm going to put into my bank.
It's not a 2% defense. It's a whole defense.
It's a whole defense, exactly. It's homogenized defense. I'm Canadian. I don't know if people can tell or not, but growing up, we called whole milk, which is homogenized milk, is homo milk. And so,
because it was short for homogenized.
Short for homogenized, yes. If anyone has grown up in the 80s or 90s, you probably know that homo also means something else. But for Canadian kids particularly, it just meant homo milk was whole milk. When I actually first moved down to the States and one of my first stints of living down here, the first time I used homo milk, I got some very very strange looks. And I found myself having to explain it very frequently on what it actually was. I wasn't being racist. I wasn't tossing any sort of slurs.
Homophobic.
It wasn't being homophobic. I wasn't tossing any slurs around. It was just homogenized milk. So
I did not know that, actually.
yeah. Yeah.
Canadians are weird.
No. I would say that out of the two of us at this table, that
You're
you are the
weirdest?
you know,
I know, I agree with that, yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
So I have one power surge. Do we have any cards out that need to be put into the victory pile?
Sadly, no. But if you wanted to shuffle some of the victory cards back in, haha, Skittles.
That was very random, and it was not really that good of a distraction, quite frankly. I wasn't actually doing anything. I could just bank that power surge so that I could use it.
Yeah, but you got a free power surge and exceptional training to use your power augmentation.
I know, but I like holding on to things.
What? Or you could... No, those are... The tables have turned.
Mm-hmm.
You could, if you wanted...
If I wanted,
You
that's not gonna go
could
well.
use power augmentation and let me use the power at level 2.
Oh.
Ooh, or you could use power augmentation and use your power at level 2 to destroy the super soldier. Just get rid of him, discard him.
How would I use power augmentation?
So you use power augmentation, you spend a power surge,
Yeah.
choose a player to immediately use one of their unexhausted
Oh, I see what you're
powers
saying.
as
Yes,
if they were
for
level
you.
2.
Yeah, and let you use yours.
Yeah, except I don't have any power surges to use either of my powers, so never mind.
Oh, okay. Well, then what else could I do? Choose a player to immediately use one of their unexhausted powers if they hit level 2.
That player can be you.
You know what? I could do that. Okay, so here's what am I going to do. All right. Just because it gives me a chance to stretch out my power, and this is another excellent use. So level 2 power augmentation. If I exhaust my card and a power surge, I can choose a player to immediately use one of their unexhausted powers as if they had level 2 of that power. That actually works for any player, including myself, which is super cool because that means that I can actually use both exceptional training or energy blast at level 2 if I wanted to do so. The cool thing about this is that energy blast level 2 allows me to defeat any hero, and I discard that hero instead of banking it. So I won't get the victory points for it, but it'll clear a space out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, I require 2 power surges for this. I only have 1 banked. However, I have exceptional training that allows me a free power surge, and I can use that to activate powers or refresh my archetype ability, cycle and discard, and blah, blah, blah. It's awesome. So I'm going to blah, blah, blah. It's awesome. Those two statements don't necessarily go together, but they work. I'm going to exhaust exceptional training to power my power augmentation, which then will allow me to use my energy blast. I'm going to exhaust energy blast and spend my other power surge and essentially nuke that guy from outer space. Defeat him. Oh, yes. Oh, that felt really good, actually. Yeah, that was nice. So I've used all my cards. I've managed to get rid of another hero. I don't get points for him, but I still know that I defeated him. So there we have it. Can't buy anything, don't need to. Redraw. And then let's take a look at this event that we have here. Heroic Assault. My friend.
It's actually better that you got rid of him first, actually.
Absolutely. So Heroic Assault, if you have forgotten, it triggers all reveal abilities possessed by heroes in play. If there are no heroes in play, we play the top card of the hero deck. So that's what's going to happen now. Ben's going to choose us something good, not the tank.
The leader.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the leader says he's got a persistent ability. Guards gain +1 hit point while the leader is in play.
Okay.
He's got a reveal ability that we have to discard one of our victory cards.
Okay.
And if we have defense equal to the number of players, we can prevent that, but we don't.
Oh,
so we're getting rid of
no.
psionic ability.
All that work I did to get that.
Then he's going to play the top card of the guard deck.
Oh my gosh.
which is a special forces.